The 10 best intermittent fasting tips and tricks. Hey, everybody, welcome to Fitness Mastery. Intermittent fasting, IF, has been sweeping through the fitness industry with increasing ferocity over recent years. With its growing popularity, more and more people are becoming exposed to a new way of setting up their diet and managing their nutrition. As I've said before, I'm a big fan of IF and use the 16-8 style of intermittent fasting most of the time. However, I'll also be the first person to tell you that it's not for everyone. With that said, if you do choose to use IF, it does have huge benefits when it comes to dieting, particularly if you're trying to lose fat, which is when I find it most useful as a dieting strategy. When done properly, it can help you manage feelings of hunger by allowing you to eat bigger meals when you do eat, increase diet adherence by giving you more dietary flexibility. Managing hunger and sticking to your diet is vital when it comes to your overall success and ability to reach your goals. Intermittent fasting can help you do this. However, whilst some people can fast for prolonged periods with very little problem, others can find it a bit more difficult, particularly when first starting out. To help you out here is a selection of tips that you can use to get the most fast and make your journey a little easier. Number 1, start your fast after dinner. Where you're doing daily or weekly fasts, one of the best tips I can give you is to start your fast after dinner. Doing this means you'll spend a big chunk of your fasting period asleep, particularly when using a daily fasting setup like 16-8. If you start fasting after dinner and then spend 1 to 3 hours watching TV or other evening activities, spend 6 to 9 hours asleep, you've already fasted for anywhere from 7 to 12 hours, making a 16-hour much more manageable. This means increased dietary adherence, easier lifestyle, more manageable hunger. Number 2, eat more satiating meals. The food you eat can influence your ability to both stick to your diet and stick to your fast, and this is where IF can help you out big time. Picture your usual fat loss diet, eggs or porridge in the morning, followed by a bland lunch of unseasoned chicken breast, sweet potatoes, and veggies, protein and water/milkshake after your workout. Then you finish the day with an equally uninspiring meal in the evening. If you're lucky, you can scrounge enough calories to have a few handfuls of nuts a couple times a day. You feel unsatisfied and far from content with the idea you're going to have to do it all over again and again and again until you hit your goal weight. If you don't quit before then, that is. Not to mention the hunger and cravings that come along with this type of diet. Now picture your fat loss diet when using intermittent fasting. You skip breakfast, opting to drink water and coffee, or any other zero-calorie drink you want. See point number 4. Lunchtime rolls around, and you still eat chicken breast, but this time it's got a delicious barbecue seasoning and is accompanied by cheesy potatoes and a side of veggies with dressing, protein and water/milkshake after your workout. It's dinner time, and you're out for a friend's birthday, and pizza is on the menu. On your previous diet, this would cause you to freak out, or worse, not even show up, because you didn't want to mess up your diet. But with the calories saved from not eating breakfast, you eat your share and know you're still within your calories for the day. On days where you're not out in the evening, you have enough calories to include 1 to 2 small snacks, omelet, or something similar. This is the difference between IF and other dietary protocols: the freedom to include the foods you like and generally eat a more satisfying and therefore satiating diet. Good satiating foods include potatoes, yogurt, eggs, bananas, oatmeal, soups, or other foods that you can eat a lot of without consuming a ton of calories. Fruits, vegetables, legumes. This isn't an excuse to go crazy, point number 2, but instead, it's an opportunity to create a fat loss diet you enjoy and can stick to over the long term. Number 3, stay busy. Boredom is the enemy. It's the silent killer that creeps in to destroy your progress, little by little, slowly wearing you down and pulling you backwards. Think about it for a moment. How many times has boredom led you to eat more than you should do, want to, or even realize you are? You're doing something mundane at work, and the snacks in the kitchen are beckoning. You're at home watching Netflix. It's okay, but not captivating, and you find yourself mindlessly reaching for the snacks. You're waiting for your flight in the airport, and you find yourself browsing the stores or sitting in the restaurants. eating. But what is it about being bored that causes you to eat? You can thank dopamine, a chemical in the brain, for this. Dopamine is the reason you feel good when you accomplish a goal and is responsible for reward-motivated behavior. Interestingly, it's been found that eating can stimulate the release of dopamine, and as a result, the good feelings it provides. More than this, it's junk food, particularly those high in sugar, fat, and sodium, that are good at making you feel great. This behavior can be seen in the existing research, which shows that subjects who were bored ate more calories than those who weren't, with additional research showing that boredom markedly increases food consumption in both obese and normal subjects. It's really not surprising that you eat more when you're bored. You're practically hardwired to chase that dopamine high. Number 4, blunt your appetite. Without a doubt, hunger pangs will set in from time to time when fasting. When this happens, the trick is to blunt your appetite, and the best way to do this is with zero-calorie drinks that help provide satiety and keep hunger at bay until it's time to break your fast. As long as the drink is 0 calories, you're good to go. Examples include water, sparkling water, black coffee, black tea, green tea, diet drinks. Number 5, break your fast with a normal-sized meal. We touched on this earlier when we talked about how IF isn't an excuse to eat whatever you want. As with every other diet out there, IF only works for fat loss or muscle building if you maintain the appropriate calorie deficit or surplus. This means when it comes to break your fast, you don't want to throw caution to the wind, particularly when your goal is fat loss. Yes, skipping breakfast frees up calories to give you more freedom for your other meals. But if you go too crazy, then you'll undo the calorie deficit you worked so hard to create. Now, your meal size when breaking your fast will depend on whether you've just worked out or are working out later in the day. With this in mind, here are some guidelines to keep you on track. Number 1, just worked out. In this case, you'll want this meal to be 50 to 60% of your calories and include a mix of all macronutrients. Number 2, working out later. In this instance, you want this meal to be 30 to 50% of your calories, again, made up of a mix of macronutrients. These guidelines will help ensure you break your fast without going overboard by giving you a rough idea of how much to eat based on your circumstances. By getting this part of your fast right, you'll get the full benefits whilst being able to maintain the correct calorie intake and leaving enough calories to eat satisfying meals later in the day. Number 6, stick to a routine. Routine is described by the Cambridge Dictionary as a useful or fixed way of doing things. And when it comes to IF, this can be achieved by beginning and breaking your fast at regular times every day, using a weekly diet where you eat the same or similar things each day, prepping food in advance. Having a routine makes it easier to stick to your IF schedule, because when you discover what works for you and stick to it every day, you remove the doubt and second guessing from the equation. All you have to do is follow through. Not to mention that establishing a routine helps to remove decision fatigue, which is the term given to the deterioration of your ability to make decisions after a prolonged period of making decisions. What this means is that if you're continually having to make decisions like what you'll eat, when you'll eat, when you have time to cook it, if it fits your calories and macros, you'll eventually get to the point where you make the wrong or easy decision because your decision-making muscle is worn out. By reducing the number of decisions you need to make each day, you're essentially removing the potential barriers to your success. If you're struggling to see the progress you want and often find yourself straying from your diet and fasting hours, you'll benefit from implementing a routine. Number 7, give yourself time to adjust. It's only normal to want results straight away, to skip the awkward beginner phase and go straight to seasoned pro, or at least the I kinda know what I'm doing part. However, to skip this initial learning stage is to set yourself up to fail. You need to give yourself body time to adjust to fasting, particularly if this is your first time. It's only normal to get hunger pangs when you first start, and chances are you'll slip up a handful of times too. This is also okay and normal. It doesn't mean you need to give up or that it won't work for you. Instead, it's an opportunity to learn, to question why or how you slipped up, and take steps to stop it from happening again. By going through this process, you'll be better prepared for future difficulties that may arise in the future. Trust the process and follow through, even when it gets tough. Remember, no one is perfect the first, 10th, or even 100th time, but stick with it, and not only will you adjust, but you'll be taking the first step to building the mindset you need to succeed. Number 8, use the right mindset. I might sound like a broken record sometimes, but often the most important points need to read multiple times before they really sink in. This is one of those points. Intermittent fasting is not a quick fix or shortcut to reach your goals if nothing else is working for you. It's purely another dietary setup that can work very well for some people if it's used properly and fits within their lifestyle. When using IF, it's important to keep this in mind and know that, yes, it can bring incredible results, but these results are reliant on your hitting your calorie and macronutrient goal, training consistently, applying progressive overload. The same goes for all diet setups. So whether you're using IF or something else, you need to keep this in mind. Here are 3 ways to help you adopt this mindset. Number 1, set your goals based on realistic expectations of what's actually possible, not what you wish was possible. Number 2, be single-minded in your efforts and understand that consistent effort towards a singular goal is the best route to success. Number 3, be patient and realize that just as you didn't lose the body of your dreams in a day, week, or month, neither will you build it that quickly. Number 9, take BCAAs. To help prevent the breakdown of muscle mass when training in a fasted state, you want to consume 10 grams of BCAAs, branch-chain amino acids, before you train. If you're not going to be breaking your fasting after your training session, then it's advisable to take another 10 grams. However, if you've timed it so your first meal is after you finish training, then don't worry about the second dosage. Number 10, enjoy yourself. When used properly, intermittent fasting can provide huge benefits in regard to nutritional freedom and therefore enjoyment. This is because by skipping breakfast, you save yourself anywhere from 300 to 1,000 calories, depending on what you normally eat. These calories can be redistributed to your lunch, dinner, or 1 to 2 snacks to help you enjoy your diet more. For example, friend's birthday dinner in the evening? No problem. Skip breakfast and have a protein-filled lunch to leave you with lots of calories to enjoy the evening without going over your daily calories. Going on holiday or traveling? Great. Skip breakfast. Do lots of walking and eating 2 big meals, one in the afternoon and one in the evening. Eating in a calorie deficit? Sure. Stop eating breakfast and using up calories which could be used to eat more satiable meals later in the day and help you avoid feeling hungry all the time when trying to lose fat. Any other type of social occasion? Enjoy yourself. By using intermittent fasting, you can always save calories for any type of occasion where you anticipate you'll eat more than usual. Of course, you still want to apply the 70-30 rule, sometimes known as the 60-40 or 80-20 rule, where the majority of your diet is made up of nutritious foods that include a varied mix of micronutrients and vitamins, as well as ensuring you get a mix of all macronutrients. The other 30% can then be made up of foods you enjoy, even if they devoid of macronutrients and vitamins. Doing this allows you to keep your sanity, avoid cravings, stick to your diet. All right, guys and gals, that will be it for this video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification. Be updated wherever a video is posted. Make sure to like this video and comment which celebrity body transformation left you in shock. Thanks for watching. Bye.